Ever wondered how solar panels work? How these sleek, shiny surfaces harness the power of the sun and convert it into usable electricity? Well, the process is quite fascinating, and it all starts with the sun. Solar panels are designed to capture sunlight. Each panel is filled with many small solar cells made of silicon. When sunlight hits these cells, it excites the electrons in the silicon, causing them to move. This movement generates direct current, or DC electricity. But our homes don't run on DC electricity. They run on alternating current, or AC electricity. So how do we get from DC to AC? The answer is microinverters. Microinverters are small devices attached beneath each solar panel. Their job is to take the DC electricity from each panel and convert it into AC electricity. This conversion is crucial because AC electricity is what's used by your home's electrical system. Once the electricity is in AC form, it's ready to be used. It flows from the solar panels through the microinverters and into your home's electrical system. Here, it powers your lights, appliances, and anything else that uses electricity. But what happens if the panels produce more electricity than your home needs? This is where the connection to the grid comes in. Any excess electricity is fed back to the grid. This give-and-take relationship is tracked through a system known as net metering. It keeps track of the electricity your panels send to the grid and the electricity you receive from it. This leads to a net metering account, which accumulates credits for electricity sent to the grid and charges for electricity drawn from the grid. At the end of the billing cycle, an annual true-up process occurs. This balances the account and determines if you owe money or if you've earned a credit based on your net electricity usage and production. So, in summary, solar panels work by capturing sunlight and using it to generate DC electricity. This electricity is then converted into AC electricity by microinverters, which is used by your home. Any excess electricity is sent back to the grid, and you can earn credits or incur charges based on your net electricity usage and production. The benefits of solar panels are numerous. They provide a renewable source of energy, help reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and can save you money on your electricity bills. Plus, they're a fantastic way to utilize the power of the sun. So the next time you see a solar panel, you'll know exactly how it's brightening our world. You might be wondering, what's the difference between a central inverter and microinverters? Well, a central inverter, also known as a string inverter, is a single unit that converts the DC electricity from all the panels in your solar array into AC electricity. On the other hand, microinverters are small, individual units attached to each solar panel, doing the same job on a smaller scale. So how do they compare? While central inverters are generally less expensive and easier to maintain, they have a major drawback. If one panel underperforms due to shading or damage, it affects the performance of the whole array. Microinverters, however, mitigate this issue as each panel operates independently. So, whether you choose a central inverter or microinverters largely depends on your specific needs and circumstances. Factors such as the size of your solar array, your budget, and the shading conditions of your site can play a big role in this decision. Now that we've learned about the difference between central inverters and microinverters, let's dive a little deeper into how a central inverter is set up in your home. Central inverters are typically installed near your home's main service panel. Depending on the model and local regulations, they can be installed either indoors or outdoors. The central inverter is connected to your solar panels via a series of wires, forming a crucial part of your solar power system. Its main job? To convert the DC electricity that your solar panels produce into AC electricity that your home can use. So the placement and setup of your central inverter is a key part of your solar power system, impacting everything from its efficiency to the overall performance. Up next, we'll talk about how to maintain your solar power system to ensure it's always in peak condition. As we continue our journey through the world of solar power systems, let's switch gears and talk about microinverters and an interesting device called a micro-optimizer. You might remember from our earlier discussion that unlike a central inverter, which is connected to all your solar panels, a microinverter is installed directly on each solar panel. This means each panel has its very own inverter to convert the DC electricity it generates into AC electricity. This setup is particularly useful in situations where shading or debris might affect the performance of some panels, but not others, as each microinverter can operate independently. Now, on to micro-optimizers. A micro-optimizer is a device that works in conjunction with a central inverter, and its main job is to optimize the output of each solar panel. This is achieved by constantly tracking the maximum power point of each panel and adjusting its voltage and current accordingly. With a micro-optimizer, even if one panel is underperforming, it won't affect the output of the rest of your system. Understanding the role and setup of these components and how they relate to your specific needs and circumstances is crucial in making an informed decision about your solar power system. Up next, we'll discuss how to maintain your solar power system to ensure it's always performing at its best.